Yesterday, I just explained, not explained, just I state the definition of a factor theorem. Today, I will explain in detail. Factor theorem. It is used to determine that given linear polynomial is a factor of polynomial of higher degree. So that's the basic uses of factor theorem. But what are the statement of this one? Statement of factor theorem is suppose that suppose that p of x is a given polynomial of degree more than one. More than one means it may be a quadratic, it may be a cubic, it may be a quartic, and so on. X minus a is a linear polynomial. Then if the first statement x minus a is a factor of p of x, then in mathematics we have this sign for then, or this implies p of a must be equal to 0. The second one is if p of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor of p of x. If we combine these two statements, I will get the single statement over here. If x minus a is a factor of p of x, This shows on the one side, then P of A is equal to 0. And similarly, if P of A is equal to 0, then I will put this arrow. So both the statements are conditional to each other. What is the meaning of the conditional to each other? This means if one statement is true, then the second statement will also be true automatically. So that is the condition. Now its proof is very simple, although the proof of this syllabus, the proof of this theorem is not in your syllabus. Proof is very simple. As we know that our divisor is said to be a factor if remainder is 0. So when I have to use this information, x minus a is a factor of p of x. This shows remainder is always equal to 0. As we know that the general identity of dividend, we know that dividend always equal to quotient multiplied by divisor plus remainder. So that's the thing is. Now in this case, dividend is P of x. Quotient is unknown. We have no information about the quotient, but the divisor is given because x minus a is a factor. This means x minus a is a divisor because our divisor is said to be a factor when remainder is 0. Now in this whole case, you have to put divisor equal to 0. So get equal to 0, you will get the value of x. What's the value of x is? That will be equal to the x is equal to a. So putting in the above equation, you will get the P of a is equal to the 0. That's a very important statement. X minus a is a factor, then P of a must be 0. 2, 3 examples over here. The first example is x minus 3 is a factor of P of x. Then this shows P of 3 must be equal to 0. The second example is x plus 4 is a factor of P of x. This shows that this value of 3 or 4, you have to substitute in the polynomial. Whatever the answer, that must be equal to 0. So these are the two examples. Now I will solve 2, 3 examples to show that what are the application of this factor theorem. I will erase the whole board. First application. It is a short method to show or verify the given expression as a factor. It is a short method. What's the meaning of this one? Show that or verify that x minus 1 is a factor of any polynomial is given by this method, x cubed minus 10x squared plus 7x plus 2. That is a cubic polynomial is given, and we have to show, we have to prove, we have to verify. So what will you do? To show that x minus 1 equal to x minus 1 is a factor, then put x minus 1 equal to 0, same like as the remainder theorem. This implies x is equal to minus 1. That value you have to substitute in the polynomials. Minus 1 cube minus 10 into minus 1 square plus 7 times, so it is plus 1 and plus 2. I will get 1 minus 10 plus 10 plus 2. Answer will be 0. So this implies whenever we have the x minus 1 equal to 0, mathematical meaning of this one, you will take that value. You will take that value, whatever the value is given, which is giving answer as the polynomial is 0. So you have to select that value and put equal to x. This implies x plus 1 is a factor. Sorry, x minus 1 is a factor. That is the thing whenever you have to apply this one. Now I will discuss in detail the second application of this one. The factor theorem is used to factorize the given expression. So that's the first application of over here. Now the second application. Factor theorem is used factor theorem is used to factorize given expression, given polynomial. So it is used to factorize given polynomial. Okay, I will start my question over here. Before starting this one, I will give you the basic knowledge. So what's the basic knowledge over here? Whenever I have the word factorize, whenever I have the word factorize, this means factorize means make parts of polynomial with multiplication sign. With multiplication sign. What's the meaning of this one? In O-level, IGCSE or metric classes, the previous classes, we have this information. If we have this one, x squared minus 5x This is a polynomial, that is a quadratic. If you want to make a factor of this one, you will take x as the common. Second example is, if you have a quadratic expression involving three terms, x squared minus 2x minus 3. Then you have to make factorization by splitting the factors. It becomes minus 3x plus x minus 3. X is taken as common, x minus 3. Plus 1 is taken as common, x minus 3. So this is the method to make the factor of polynomials. So there are two terms in the first example. The first term is x, the second term is x minus 5. Both the terms are multiplying. So the given polynomial is changed or transformed into two multiplications. Similarly, in second example, you have two factors, x minus 3 and x plus 1. That are the factors of the first expression. But if we have cubic polynomial, then this method is not applicable. For this one, you need another examples. So I will erase this one, the basic knowledge, then I will start the topic. Okay, the first one is, I will write the steps to factorize the expression cubic or more than cubic degree. Method to factorize given polynomial. There are 5 steps. For 5 steps, the first one is, let given polynomial be p of x. The first example. The second example, the second step of this topic is, find value of x from +2 -2. Find value of x from these 5, 6 values. +1 or -1, +2 or -2, +3 or -3, so that p of x, the polynomial, becomes 0. Use factor theorem. Use factor theorem to find linear factor. The last one is, the second last is, by algebraic division or synthetic division, find, by algebraic division or synthetic division, find the second factor. These are the 4 steps you have to follow. And in this, that is the application of the factor theorem. And factor theorem, I already explained that x minus a is a factor of p of x if p of a is equal to 0, or the second statement is if p of a is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor. Okay, I will start with this example. Factorize 3x cubed minus 9x squared plus 5x and plus 1. So we have to make factors. What are the steps? The first step is p of x. You have to suppose that the given polynomial whose factors are required, you have to put over here. That will be p of x. 3x cubed minus 9x squared plus 5x plus 1. Now, with the help of the calculator, you have to set the values plus 1 or minus 1, plus 2 or the minus 2, plus 3 or minus 3. I selected a very simple example, so it will become the 0 with the first example. I will put x is equal to 1 over here. What's the answer of this expression if I'm not wrong? 3 times 1 cube, you have to use calculator a lot. 1 square plus 5 into 1 and plus 1. 3 minus 9 plus 5 and plus 1. If I am not wrong, it becomes 0. This implies P of 1 is equal to 0. If P of 1 is equal to 0, by using the factor theorem, I will say that this one, when you shift this term over here, this term, that is a very important, its value. So when you put over here, I will get x is equal to 1. It becomes x minus 1. So you have to write x minus 1 is a factor of p of x. Is a factor of p of x. Now one factor is given. With the help of the long division or with the help of the synthetic division, you have to find the other factor. Long division is applicable for each type of the question. You can use the synthetic division as well, but I will prefer the long division method. One factor is given, the dividend is given. Now I can find the second factor. By long division method, I have to use this one. I will make it short. So I have this one. The first of all, the polynomial, you have to write in descending order. By chance, that is already given the descending order. 3x cubed minus 9x squared plus 5x and plus 1. You will divide by x minus 1. Now you have to find the term when you multiply by this x, the answer will be 3x cubed. So I will change the color. I will take the blue color over here. X multiplied by x, 3x multiplied by this expression, I will do the 3x cubed. So 3x cubed, like terms you have to write under the like terms, minus 3x squared. Change the sign of the second term because you are subtracting. I will change the sign of second term. That plus becomes minus and minus becomes plus. First term will cancel out. Minus 9x squared and plus 3x squared. I will get the minus 6x squared. And all the terms in the numerator in this position within the sign of division, you have to shift as it is. Plus 5x plus 1. Now I will multiply this term by minus 6x. Minus 6x multiplied by x becomes minus 6x squared. The second term becomes minus 6x becomes plus 6x. Again, I have to subtract to complete the procedure or the process. I will get over here that plus sign, that minus sign. This term will be cancelled out. Minus x plus 1. Now over here, you have to multiply by minus 1. I will get minus x plus 1. That sign is plus, that sign is minus, cancel out. Remainder is 0. Now you have 3x squared minus 6x minus 1. That is the other factor. Hence, you have to write over here, because the condition, the question is factorize this cubic polynomial. So I have dividend 3x cubed minus 9x squared plus 5x plus 1 is equal to the dividend is equal to the product of divisor and quotient. So I can write this one as 3x squared minus 6x minus 1 times x minus 1. Now in this case, as we know that 3x cubed minus 9x squared plus 5x plus 1 has been changed, transformed into two parts, and both the parts are multiplying, and multiplication means the factor. So the whole expression is called factorization. Now I will apply the third property or the third application of the factor theorem. I will erase this one. The third application, it is used, factor theorem is used to solve given equation. It is used to solve given equation. What is the meaning of this one? Again, I have to draw the basic knowledge. Already you have done in the previous classes. In previous classes, I have this method. The first one is x squared minus 3x equal to 0. By factorization method, I will make the factors. X is taken as common. X minus equal to 0. Whenever two factors are multiplying, the answer is 0. This means both the factors are equal to 0 step by step. Solution of equation means you have to find the values of x that satisfy the given equation. So this quadratic equation having two answers, the 0 and 3. Second type, already you have this method in the factorization. Suppose we have this one, the x squared minus 3x minus 4 equal to 0. I have to find the answer of this one. X squared by midterm breaking minus 4x plus x minus 4 equal to 0. X is taken as common, x minus 4 plus 1 is taken as common, x minus 4. I will get the two factors. The first factor is x minus 4. The second factor is x plus 1. Now you have this one. If two factors are multiplying or three factors are multiplying, then you have to make equal to 0 to get the values of x. So what are the values of x in the second example? That is 4, that is minus 1. So whenever you have to solve any equation of any degree, if you are able to factorize the polynomial, then put all the factor equal to 0 to get the solution of this equation. Now I will solve another question having degree more than 2. That is the cubic or the quartic. I will change this one. Question is solve this equation. The equation is cubic, just like this one. 5x cubed plus 4x squared 3x plus 6. So that's the method. Now I have to make the factors, and factors are only possible if you have all the terms on the left hand side. So the first step is shift all the terms on the left hand side. 5x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x and minus 6. Now you have to suppose that the left hand side is as a polynomial. So you have to suppose that the left hand side is p of x or f of x, your choice. 5x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x minus 6. Now what will you do? You have to find the value of x. That will be that when I replace over here, the answer is 0. To just explain, to make the concept, I will select the easiest example. I will replace x is equal to 1 over here. So I will get the p of 1 is equal to the 5 into 1 times 3 plus 4 into 1 times 2 minus 3 times 1 minus 6. I will get the answer 0. And by using the factor theorem, I will say that x minus 1 is a factor. Now I have to get the second factor. Now I have to get the second factor by long division or by synthetic division. Whatever the method you like, you can apply over here. So first of all, you have to write 5x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x minus 6 divided by x plus x minus 1. 5x squared, when I multiply by this, the first term, after arranging in descending order, I will get the 5x cubed over here minus 5x squared. Change the sign of the second term so you can get the subtraction of these two expressions. The sign of the 5x cubed is plus, it become minus, minus become plus. First term always cancel out. I will get the 9x squared minus 3x minus 6. Now I have to multiply by plus 9x. I will get 9x squared minus 9x. Now again, by changing the sign of the second term, I will get minus sign over here, plus sign over here. The first two term will be cancelled out. I will get the 6x minus 6. Plus 6 is multiply. So you will get the 6x minus 6. Now you have to write the expression by this one. As we know that the dividend, the term within the sign of the division is always equal to the product of divisor and quotient. So I can write this one as 5x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x minus 6 is equal to the divisor is x minus 1 and quotient is 5x squared plus 9x plus 6. Now, what will you do? As I said, when you have the factor of the given expression, you will put all the factors equal to 0. So that is equal to 0 according to the given equation. X minus 1 into 5x squared plus 9x plus 6. All the factors you have to put equal to 0 step by step. If the second quadratic factor can be factorized, then you factorize it. So the first answer will be x is equal to 1. 5x squared plus 9x plus 6 equal to 0. Now, that is a simple quadratic equation. And you can use the midterm breaking if possible or the quadratic formula. It's your choice. You can use also the calculator to find the value of this one. I will use the quadratic formula. X is equal to the minus b. Minus b means minus 9 plus minus under root 81 minus 4 into 5 into 6. Divided by 2a. 2a means 2 times 5. In this case, the quadratic expression having no answer because the term within the square root is negative. So you will say that there is just one solution of this cubic equation. I will rejoin the meeting and then I will start the rest of the topic. Thank you, beta.